Hello, thank you for joining us on ERi-TV. This is English News Broadcast live from the headquarters in Asmara at 10:30 p.m. First, the top stories. Diaspora nationals commemorate Martyrs' Day. Financial support to families of martyrs. Biden welcomes Modi for business deals. UK's stubborn inflation fails to fall. Nationals in South Sudan, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and South Africa, as well as in the US, commemorated Eritrea's Martyrs' Day with patriotic zeal. Nationals in South Sudan commemorated Martyrs' Day on 18th June under the theme Trusteeship in Practice, featuring a candlelight vigil, a walkathon, cultural and artistic programs, and contribution to augment the Martyrs Trust Fund. At the event, the nationals assumed the responsibility of supporting 124 families of martyrs, and certificates of recognition were handed over to those who discharged the responsibility of supporting families of martyrs. Likewise, at the commemoration event organized in Nairobi, featuring various programs depicting the day, the nationals contributed 285,000 Kenyan shilling towards the National Martyrs Trust Fund. In the same vein, nationals in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, organized Martyrs' Day commemoration event at the premises of the office of the Eritrean consulate, featuring a candlelight vigil as well as cultural programs. At the event, the nationals contributed 23,000 dirham towards boosting the National Martyrs Trust Fund, and they assumed responsibility for supporting 3 families of martyrs. According to the report, nationals residing in Dubai have assumed responsibility for supporting 211 families of martyrs. At a commemorative event organized in Doha, Qatar, featuring various programs portraying Martyrs' Day, the nationals contributed $3,900 and 5,000 Qatari riyal, and they assumed the responsibility of supporting 5 families of martyrs. Nationals in South Africa also commemorated Eritrea's Martyrs' Day on 18th June in Johannesburg with patriotic zeal, featuring a candlelight vigil as well as various programs depicting the day. The nationals also contributed 27,700 South African rand and pledged to contribute 56,370 South African rand towards augmenting the National Martyrs Trust Fund. According to the report, nationals in the South African cities of Durban, Kroonstad, Musina, and Polokwane also enthusiastically commemorated Martyrs' Day. Nationals in the U.S. cities of Cincinnati, Ohio, commemorated Martyrs' Day with the candlelight vigil and contributed $6,000 towards the National Martyrs Trust Fund. Government employees and residents of the Logo and Sabah subzone contributed over 128,000 nafa in support of 247 families of martyrs in the subzone. According to the report, about 93,000 nafa raised by government employees was distributed to 186 families of martyrs, while about 35,500 nafa contributed by the residents of Liban administrative area was dispersed to 61 families of martyrs. In the same vein, nationals in the civil service in Ginda and Foro subzones contributed 186,000 nafa and were dispersed to 31 families of martyrs. Likewise, the nationals constructed residential houses for 3 families of martyrs, and 56,000 nafa contributed by diaspora nationals were distributed to 13 families of martyrs. According to a report from the Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare, in the past 6 months, over 2 million nafa has been dispersed to 895 families of martyrs, and 6 families of martyrs have been rehabilitated with small-scale trade worth 55,000 nafa each. Government and PFDJ employees in Foro subzone also extended 6,000 nafa each to 16 families of martyrs. Mr. Tamasgen Reddy, president of the Eritrean Cycling Federation, reported that the Eritrean Road Cycling Championship 2023 will be conducted from 23rd to 25th June in Asmara. According to Mr. Tamasgen, the championship, in which about 250 cyclists in various categories will take part, will commence on Friday with an individual time trial race, and on Sunday, a 173.4-kilometer road race will be conducted, in which elites and under-23 cyclists will take part. Mr. Takhlit Issa, head of the public relations at the Cycling Federation, on his part, said that in this championship, 14 professional cyclists will take part. The competition will be broadcast live by Eritrean television and Radio Dintz Hafash. We are live on ERi-TV. Stay tuned for international news. Biden treated Modi to a colorful White House arrival ceremony to be followed by official talks and a glittering state dinner in the evening. At their meeting, Biden stated that the challenges and opportunities facing the world in this century require that India and United States work and lead together, and that they are. Modi said that this grand welcome ceremony at the White House is an honor and pride for the people of India. He also said, speaking partly in English and partly in Hindi, this is also an honor for more than 4 million people of Indian origin living in the U.S. For this honor, I express my heartfelt gratitude. Some of the deals made between the two countries are aimed at diversifying supply chains to reduce dependence on China. The United States has also sought to address China's rising influence in the Indo-Pacific region by bolstering defense ties with countries like India and Australia. The two leaders will sign off what one official called a trailblazing deal to allow General Electric Company to produce jet engines in India to power Indian military aircraft. In addition, U.S. Navy ships in the region will be able to stop in India shipyard for repairs under a maritime agreement reached between the two governments. British inflation defied prediction of a slowdown and held at 8.7% in May, putting yet more pressure on the Bank of England a day before it's expected to raise interest rates for the 13th time in a row. Markets increased bets on further rate rises following Wednesday's official figures, which also showed underlying inflation hit its highest since 1992 last month. The headline's figures means British inflation is once again the fastest any of major advanced economy. The numbers are uncomfortable for Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who has pledged to have inflation this year before a probable 2024 election, and are likely to add to the rise in mortgage costs for millions of homeowners. Economists had forecast the annual consumer price inflation rate would drop to 8.4% in May, moving farther away from October's 41-year high of 11.1%. Analysts said the Bank of England Monetary Policy Committee was now likely to increase borrowing costs by more over the coming months. Bank rate, which currently stands at 4.5%, is expected to peak at 5.25%, up from its previous 5% call. And now we have a quick review of the top stars. Diaspora nationals commemorate Martyrs' Day. Financial support to families of martyrs. Biden welcomes Modi for business deals. UK's stubborn inflation fails to fall down. It was Miss Alim Brahano Dennis for tonight. Thank you for watching.